I am from Argentina. I studied philosophy, I studied economics, and then I started to work on the online media. Then I was an editor in a very important newspaper in Argentina. I lived in a country where we had many different problems with currency, and so that's what got me into blockchain, right? Because Argentina has lots of inflation, hyperinflation, and so that's when I started to become interested in this space. I did a PhD, then I studied collective intelligence and how people make decisions together. And so that's what took to what I do now, that it's like how you use blockchain and collective intelligence in solving disputes and reforming justice systems. Kleros is an arbitration platform. Now we have people like building different platforms for like e-commerce, freelancing, everything decentralized, right? And the economy has already been becoming more global and more digital, right? Imagine I am in Argentina and I hire some guy from, I don't know, let's say Guatemala to build a website for me, and I have a dispute with the guy. I'm not going to go to Guatemala to hire a lawyer. Imagine instead of like paying the guy directly, I could send the money into a smart contract and the money will stay there. And if there is a dispute, Kleros is going to select a jury of experts in websites, and these guys are going to see the evidence and they are going to vote who is right on this, and depending on who they vote, so the money goes one way or the other. So this solves a very big problem in the global economy, and solves also a very big problem in the ecosystem of blockchain, because you have lots of these companies, decentralized organizations that don't have a dispute resolution, right? If you are building e-commerce platform, you should try to focus on building your platform and then getting users to use it, not building arbitration. But you are going to have disputes, so how do you handle them? Okay, Kleros is going to become like the decentralized protocol for justice for all these platforms that people are building in very different areas like e-commerce, freelancing, sharing economy, you name it, we can solve it. Well, the use cases, many of them are in the e-commerce sector, the case of the freelancing platform we talked about before. But there are also other use cases. For example, think of a social media decentralized platform. Say that you made a comment on me and that this comment was infringing the terms and conditions of the platform. These decentralized platforms don't have a dispute resolution team or a customer service team, a moderator that's going to see who is wrong and who's right, and then punish the user that was wrong. So this could be sent to Kleros. Kleros could take the jury could analyze this evidence, so the comment, and see if it broke or not the terms and conditions, and then the ruling is enforced through a smart contract. Another one may be in a decentralized, let's say, music platform. Imagine like you uploaded a song, and then I took your song and I uploaded again to use to make the money myself now, right? So you say, hey, this is my song, you cannot use it again. So who is going to solve this? So Kleros can do this. There are tons and tons of use cases where a dispute happens in the decentralized ecosystem, so there is a potential use case for Kleros. Imagine, let's go back to the website dispute case. Imagine you are some guy from, let's say, Czech Republic, right? And you work as during the day as a web developer, and then you learn how to do websites. So during the night, you can make some extra money by arbitrating disputes into Kleros. How do you do that? You need to have a token that is called a pinakion. The name comes from how the ancient Greek used to select their jurors for their trials. They used to have this concept of popular trials, so the crowd, use of the crowds for justice. So, and you have to put this token into an allotment machine. So you imagine you put the token and this gives you the right to be selected as an arbitrator in this dispute. Imagine you have 1,000 people who also put the token to be arbitrators, and then the platform selects, let's say, 7, and so these guys are going to see the evidence and they're going to see the website and the contract, and they're going to say who won, who lost, and so each of them is going to be rewarded by the platform because of the time they spent for arbitrating the dispute. So jurors or arbitrators, they have an incentive to use it because they make money for each case they solve. The competitor could be like the customer service for eBay, because they already handle disputes. They don't do it with the goal of bringing fairness. They do it with the goal of like keeping the customer happy. So that's not really a dispute resolution, it's more like customer service. So that's one. Then the old ecosystem of online dispute resolution, like companies like Modria or the guys who, they started working with eBay and then they spin off the company to do online dispute resolution for different companies. Imagine, for example, a telecommunications company, like you have a dispute with AT&T or something like that because of something they charge you. And then there are some companies that are starting to appear into the ecosystem of the blockchain. One of them is Jury Online, and there are very, very few others, but they are very, very new. At this moment, there is, like, I think, no competitor within the crypto space with as much developed as Kleros. So we have been doing this for a while, so we're the most advanced of all. This year we ended building a team, a great team of 9 people working full-time on this project. We have a proof of concept, we have lots of development done into the GitHub. We have partnerships with very important platforms in the decentralized world like Ink Protocol and Ether. And we just announced a couple of weeks ago that we were accepted into the Thomson Reuters incubator. So Thomson Reuters is a very big company in information and legal tech. We are going to explore with them how to use Kleros into not only the decentralized ecosystem that we already know very well, but how to use it to solve that real disputes that already exist now in different areas like government, small claims, and so everywhere. Another big thing is the token sale that already started. Very excited. So we are using a very new method for token sale that's called interactive coin offering. That's a method that was suggested by Vitalik some months ago for making token sales more transparent and more fair, for having all the big guys and the small guys being able to be in equal footing to contribute to the sale, because now you see a lot of time the big guys, so the big buyers end up having lots of concentration of the tokens. So this is a new method and we are the first to be using this. And we are very excited because we are bringing this innovation to the ecosystem and hopefully more people are going to use it in the future. I think we have 2 big challenges. One of them is to prove if the system of incentives that we have developed for ruling disputes is actually going to work as we expected. Use of crowdsourcing arbitrators is going to produce rulings that are faster and cheaper and more secure than the existing systems. That's a very good question that we are starting to analyze through experiments. And we have a team. In the team we have one cryptoeconomics researcher, that's William. He's a cryptographer and he studies game theory, so to analyze if the results of the platform are what we expect them to be. And the second challenge, I would say, is making people think that the old way of doing stuff is not necessarily going to be there forever. You know, arbitration is ultimately based in like justice systems. Right? It's like streamlined court, let's say. And court systems were built in the 18th century with 18th century technology. And that's not working anymore for the disputes we have in the 21st century and in the decentralized world. So a very important challenge that we have to overcome is like making people think different about this and upgrade the mental operating system on how arbitration should be done. And so that's something that you can do through lots of education and going to conferences and talking to people and like having these recordings, because it makes the message go through and reach more people. So that's very important.